always do it on my own, so I gotta get through it. And the only thing I know is to love what I'm doing. Never give up, never slow, till I finally prove it.
Square root of a number is a number when you multiply it by itself will give you the original number. Example, square root of 36 equals plus and minus 6. Positive 6 is the principal square root of 36. Square root of 81 equals plus and minus 9. Positive 9 is the principal square root of 81. Square root of 1 equals plus and minus 1. Square root of 4 equals plus and minus 2. Square root of 9 equals plus and minus 3, and so forth. Square root of 121 equals plus and minus 11. Square root of 144 equals plus and minus 12. Square root of 169 equals plus and minus 13, and so forth. All the numbers given here are perfect square and at the same time rational numbers. As we have said a while ago, if the number is a perfect square, that number is a rational number. What are the rational number in the given example? We have square root of 1 equals plus and minus 1, square root of 4 equals plus and minus 2, and square root of 9 equals plus and minus 3. How do we know whether the number is not a rational number? A number is not a rational number if it is not a perfect square, and we called it an irrational number. What are the irrational number? We have square root of 2, square root of 3, square root of 5, square root of 6, square root of 7, and square root of 8. Between which two consecutive integers does square root of 54 lies? Look at the given example. So we have square root of 1 to square root of 100. So square root of 54 lies between square root of 49 and square root of 64. What is the square root of 49? The square root of 49 is 7. What is the square root of 64? The square root of 64 is 8. So square root of 54 lies between 7 and 8. Thus, square root of 54 is a decimal number greater than 7 but less than 8. Between which two consecutive integers does square root of 174 lies? Look at the example below. So we have square root of 174 lies between square root of 169 and the square root of 196. What is the square root of 169? The answer is 13. What is the square root of 196? The answer is 14. So square root of 174 lies between 13 and 14. Thus, square root of 174 is a decimal number greater than 13 but less than 14. Estimate square root of 5 to the nearest hundredths. Square root of 5 is between square root of 4 and square root of 9. Square root of 4 is 2 and square root of 9 is 3. So square root of 5 is between 2 and 3. We can proceed with 2 and 1/10 square, 2 and 2/10 square, and 2 and 3/10 square. Square root of 5 must lie between 2 and 2/10 and 2 and 3/10. Since it lie between 2 and 2/10 and 2 and 3/10, we can proceed with 2 and 23/100 square, 2 and 24/100 square. Square root of 5 is closer to 5 and 176/10,000. Therefore, square root of 5 is approximately equal to 2 and 24/100. Estimate square root of 110 to the nearest hundredths. Square root of 110 is between square root of 100 and square root of 121. Square root of 100 is 10 and square root of 121 is 11. Since it is in between 10 and 11, we can proceed with 10 and 3 tenths square, 10 and 4 tenths square, and 10 and 5 tenths square. Square root of 110 must lie between 10 and 4 tenths and 10 and 5 tenths. So, we can proceed with 10 and 47 hundredths square, 10 and 48 hundredths square, 10 and 49 hundredths square. 110 is closer to 110 and 401 ten-thousandths. Therefore, by estimation, square root of 110 is approximately equal to 10 and 49 hundredths. Plot the following irrational and rational numbers in the number line. We have square root of 75. Square root of 75 is between square root of 64 and square root of 81. Square root of 64 is 8 and square root of 81 is 9. So square root of 75 is between 8 and 9 but closer to 9. Square root of 121 is 11. Then we have square root of 205. Square root of 205 is between square root of 196 and square root of 225. Square root of 196 is 14 and square root of 225 is 15. So square root of 205 is between 14 and 15 but closer to 14. Thank you for watching.